moving on from what was discussing commercial kitchens mainly, I think as well it's just good to know what sort of simple measures you can have in place to stay safe at home and have fire prevention in your home as well.
More like? What if I'm at home now and I need to... I'm watching this and I'm like, I want to have a little look around and go, what are the main things I should look for?
I think check what's in your boiler cupboards, where your boiler's stored. Some boilers obviously are freestanding on a wall in the kitchen, fair enough. But then you have these ones that are in the cupboard, like a boiler cupboard or something like that, where I can guarantee there's a lot of other items stored in that cupboard.
You roll in it.
Yeah, toilet roll. It's the ideal clothes dry in a cupboard.
Yeah.
But you're putting something in there that doesn't really need to be in there. At home, we're not tied by needing pat testing. I'm not saying people should have pat testing, but it's just being aware of that kettle that you've had for 40 years or whatever, that it could be coming towards the end of its lifetime or something. It's just not being paranoid in your own home, but just being aware of things that are in your home that could, like such as the storage of a, say you've got an e-bike or an e-scooter or something like that, the storing of that battery.
Yeah.
You wouldn't store it in your shed because it wouldn't be convenient, but you're going to be storing a potential hazard in your house. It's just being aware of the things that you could do to mitigate the chance of something happening with that. Smoke detectors are a good thing to have in a home. Not every home needs them because of the size of a home, the amount of people that live in the home. But if you had the opportunity, I know the fire brigade do where they'll come out and do a survey and things like that and see if it's recommended or it would help the home be safe with that.
You've seen it where there was a boiler, wasn't there? There was a boiler, an electric box behind a shower in a house.
Yes, the main electric box, switch box was in the bathroom, in the cupboard with the boiler, and you weren't able to shut its cover because the boiler must have been put in after the electric box was in and the flap had opened and the boiler had been pushed in so the flap couldn't shut.
Oh God.
I mean, that's just had the ultimate combination. Bathroom, water, couldn't cover the box. So what would you recommend as any measures in the home?
Yeah, weird one, which is not really fire safety, just safety in general, but a carbon monoxide detector.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to this girl who she rung us and she said, "Oh, could I come on and put one up straight away?" So I said, "Yep, no problem." Came out and I said, "Oh, what was the reason behind it? Did you not get picked this up on your gas check, anything like that?" And she said, "My dog was being really tired and it wasn't going for walks." And she said I would come in and from work and I'd be really tired, so I stopped going to the gym and I started going to bed. And she said she started Googling side effects and it was carbon monoxide leak.
Wow.
A carbon monoxide leak in my boiler. It was making that dog so tired and sleepy, not wanting to go out, and her not wanting to do anything, feeling tired all the time. And then soon she was out of the house, she was fine.
That was it.
So it's just scary. But for these alarms, like 20 quid.
I know.
We think like battery powered, last 10 years, screw it up, it's good to go.
And if you've got an engineer coming out every year to do your boiler maintenance,
Yep.
I could guarantee if they're worth the metal, they always ask you if you've got...
It's part of the check.
Yeah, there you go.
They should have it. Like.
So there are them things. We mentioned the fire blanket earlier on.
Yeah.
It's a little item that could possibly stop a big thing.
Again, there's buttons to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Louis asked this question not too long ago, didn't he? I seen that.
I think so, yes.
About sprinklers and suppression systems or mist systems in residential homes, because I know in Scotland they started putting them in when the building was over a certain height. But what we found the other day, as I was doing a survey for a fire alarm, and it was a 7-story building, 1 staircase, and it had 7 flats, 1 on each floor, and they had to have a mist system in each of the lobbies. So that in the event of a fire, this mist would obviously comes off the water mains and would suppress any fire within that. They also had to put a smoke shaft in the building. They had to put a dry riser in the building. They had to put a fire alarm in every part of the building. And there was something else I remember that was weird, where they had to go. Basically, this building was just, because it was a single staircase, it hit all the criteria.
Yeah.
It was like, right, it's over 6 stories, it needs a dry riser, it needs a suppression system in the mist system in every of the lobbies, it needs a smoke shaft. AOV, that was the other thing, yeah, because it's one shaft, but it needs an automatic open vent. It was just crazy. But they are coming more and more and more, because they are obviously rapid knockdown again with the mist.
And that staircase obviously led to just one exit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to put everything in place you possibly can to reduce the risk because of the one exit. The one exit is just played totally into the hands of a major hazard in a sense.
Yeah. If that exit's blocked, where do you go?
That's it. But everything else is in place. That's a lot, that.
It was a lot, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a listed building as well.
Wow. So that brings in a lot of things, doesn't it? The listing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it limits what you can do. And then you've got to buy certain stuff to put the building a certain way. But yeah, it was a lot. So he thought he was just renovating this block of flats and it wouldn't cost too much. And then now we're spending hundreds of thousands and getting all these systems put in, which is just crazy.
But it'll be the safest staircase
It will be
in the
very
country when it's all in place.
Yeah, that's true. It's like going back to what you said about vapes. They're lithium battery.
Yeah.
People do them, they don't treat them like cigarettes, they're everywhere. Planes, you can see it, planes, trains, automobiles, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All over, people never stop, do they? It's just a constant thing, indoors, outdoors. Even though people set designated areas, you can always have a sneaky one somewhere. It seems to be everywhere, isn't it?
And with them, the thing is, you could have the safest room in the world, but as soon as that comes into that room, that makes that room, well, no, I'm not saying it's good, like...
The gas, poison.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But a bit like a portable heater. You put a portable heater in a room that's never had a portable heater in it.
Yeah, reducing the risk, aren't you?
And that's what you're doing with the vapes. And I think because there's such a casual thing and how they're used, and because they've just become part of a lot of people's everyday lives as much as a mobile phone, we just use them like that. Like them, say, laid on the side of a bedside cabinet, or they're just with us, they're next to us all the time. And I think, again, it's just the risk factor from them. It might never happen, but I think there's things that we can put into place. Like, say, garages with mobile phones. You shouldn't use your mobile phone in a garage or have it like nearby in a sense. And I think that's not necessarily because the fact that the mobile phone may do something in that moment. It's just that garages just wouldn't want to take that risk. So why have it? Just say, no, we're not.
Well, it's to say, there's also loads of cheap ones out there, isn't there?
That's the thing.
From dodgy places, dodgy online shops and stuff, where they're not going to be, it's checked, they might have battery leakage, they might have anything really. And obviously the more, there's the massive market at the moment, aren't there? So there's more and more people going to get these knockoffs.
And you're absolutely spot on with the damage aspect, because they're carried in pockets, they're carried in bags. It could just take that one slight knock and you might not even notice it.
Your legs on fire.
Yeah. And that's it. It smells of cherry.